I can't believe you'd go for me like this. Alright, stream has started. I should probably tweet something
How
about
dare.
that, shouldn't I? Give me a second. Tweeting is just annoying. Why do I even bother with it?
Oh, I
Whoops.
have a hotkey set to that. Crap.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Everything's
Oh no.
fine.
This
Oh
Nothing at all
no.
is going wrong.
Oh no.
keybinds.
It sounds like everything's just going swimmingly.
That's why I'm. Yeah.
Swimmingly.
Click. Okay, I did a thing. We should be
Right
good.
now,
Oh no, what happened now? I'm scared.
I do with swimming.
Swimming?
Swimming.
Alrighty. Well, the stream has begun. Howdy, folks. EJ here. Welcome to Paladins D&D with the Bro Fam. I don't know how to be a streamer. So I prepared everything for this session, or for this D&D session, a week ago, and I have had 0.0 seconds to look back at anything I have prepared in the last week, because I've been out of town every day, and then I had to do taxes during the weekend, because government stuff is fun. So yeah, I just sat down at my desk. I'm not prepared, even though I was prepared. Now I gotta look back at notes and try to piece it together on the fly, but I'm ready. We're ready as I'm going to be, at least. Let's have some fun. When we last left our party, Sake was in the bar, having a great time, just drinking with Meh. Didn't have very high rolls on his perception, and had no idea what was happening around him. King Dejargo, was left on Ascension Peak amidst a ruin of his former temple. He began talking to Genos, who was somberly overlooking the remains of his followers at the monastery, and they had a short conversation, which we ended in the middle of. Denisi took a trip to the library, hit some books, began looking at some potion books, and discovered some neat things to help him with, like, resisting possession. And he's developed a new potion that he thinks will help with that. He also began reading up on the darkness, but was interrupted by the sounds of, like, large thumping on the resistance-based door. He went outside to see what was going on, and the door exploded outward, revealing Drogos, who has entered the Paladins' base, asking where his son is. Meanwhile, Eritrea, nobody knows that she's alive yet, but she's just been arrested by the magistrate and has been led down a dark corridor with handcuffs on her wrists, and that's where we are going to pick up. So, starting off with Sake, because he's the one who got to do the least last session, and it was his turn when we ended off. Sake, you are chilling in this tavern, the Crystal Tavern. You've got your 2 6-packs beside you, already chugging down one of them, and there are still not very many patrons in the tavern. You've been here maybe about 15 minutes at this point. What would you like to do? You're kind of sitting there, clinking glasses, but the vibe is a bit different than when you first entered.
What did you say? What's that last part?
I said, but the vibe is a bit different from when you entered. Like, it was previously kind of cozy, relaxing. Now it's kind of eerily silent. Like, just not as much talking going on.
Can I observe the area around me?
Yep. You turn and look around, like, paying a little bit more attention, and you feel a shiver run up your spine as you see a hooded figure sitting in the corner of the tavern. They're facing away from you at one of the corner tables, a round table, and they're just kind of facing the wall. They have a drink in front of them, but they are not touching it. They have a long, like, red-ish hood. It's kind of like dark purpley, if anything. What would you like to do?
I would like to go over and maybe try to break the ice with them.
Okie doke. Are you going to leave your beer or bring it with you?
I'll bring it with me because this person probably seems like, oh, he could use a beer.
Alrighty. So you lift up your 2 6-packs of beer and clink your way across the bar. As you begin to approach, the eerie silence becomes overwhelming. It kind of, like, permeates the whole room. You can no longer hear anyone else. You kind of stop for a second, as though like all sound has been sucked out of the room. Take a slight step back, and the sound returns. As you begin walking closer again, the sound disappears. It seems like whatever this person is, it's causing some weird distortions, and it gets colder as you approach. How do you want to play it? Keep going?
Well, first I'm gonna like kind of move my head back and forth in between areas and be like, "Whoa, this is awesome."
Yeah, it's a little disconcerting to have like it's like almost like going underwater. Your ears just kind of.
Huh. Uh, I guess I'll just continue walking towards them and ask them. Uh, I'll say, I don't think I've seen you around here. Everything okay?
Mm-hmm. You walk towards their table. Are you gonna like? You're putting a hand on their shoulder. What are you doing here?
I guess I'll kind of like lean in closer to like try to catch their eye or something.
Okay, so you're like getting in front of them.
Yeah.
Okay, they are sitting at this table, facing kind of the other direction, and you kind of like, hey, what's up? I'm Sake. As you approach, you see the candlelight in this tavern kind of like dim to about half its previous intensity, and you're kind of like, something ain't right about this. But you still lean down towards the hood, and you see a pale white chin and lower half of the face, but their eyes are obscured in darkness, and they turn up to you, and they have a curious smile, as though they were expecting your arrival. What do you say? Are you okay? Something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I'm trying to like, I'm a bit more cautious now, but I'll maybe ask them if I can like sit with them and give them a beer.
Mm-hmm. By all means. She gestures across, and if you offer a beer, she will take one.
Okay.
She pops the top off. Curious thing. Mortals can be unpredictable. The entire bottle kind of like dissolves into dust in front of her face.
I kind of like look shocked and hand her another one. I'll be like, do it again.
It kind of vanishes once again, just dust particles that dissolve into nothingness. Also, hi people in the chat. I kind of forgot to mention, but I'll be DMing. It's kind of hard to pay attention to the chat. But my friends here will help me keep up with anything if you say cool things. So what did you say, Sake?
Well, I gave them
Cool
another one,
things.
and I guess they did the same thing to it.
Yeah,
and,
they did the same thing to it, and they're just kind of chuckling. The voice sounds female in nature, and as you're kind of looking around the tavern to see if anyone else sees this amazing magician going on, it doesn't seem like anyone is even aware of what's happening. It almost seems like everyone is kind of frozen, not moving at all. People are kind of stopped in place, not moving, just halfway through a sip, halfway through a sentence, not blinking. They're just stuck there.
I guess I'll kind of turn and be like, is it just me, or did time stop working?
I hadn't noticed. So,
Oh.
care to tell me your name, traveler?
Sure, my name is Sake. How about you?
I have many names. I am less of a person and more of an entity now. But you may call me Ceres if you wish. I have been seeking you out, Sake. For you see, you have stolen power, and I've been searching for the source of this leak. I felt it tugging, but did not know its origin. That arm of yours, she gestures to your stone hand. It's like wreathed in both your cloth wrappings and the like cracking green glows that kind of etch up and down along it like bits of lightning. It kind of glows in response to her gesturing to it. Like you feel a slight pain buzz down your arm, but it's still kind of, the edge is taken off by your buzz. How do you respond?
I guess I'll kind of be like sobered up from what she says and be like, "Do you know anything about the power that's in my arm?"
Oh yes, of course. It comes from me, and from where I come from. This power you have, it was never meant for you, but I see it has come from someone else that I offered power. What have you been doing with this power? And how did this happen? I'm curious.
I'll be honest, I drink so much it kind of blurs together, but mainly I want to seek vengeance on the one who gave this to me.
Ah. You seek revenge.
Yes.
Revenge on the one who has wasted his gift, it seems. I can arrange this. But in return, I would ask something of you, Sake.
Name your price.
I hoped you would comply. There is a friend of mine who has been longing to visit this place for a long time. Several people have tried, but no one has succeeded in releasing him. With your help, perhaps, he could be freed. And then not only you would get your victory over he who caused you so much pain and suffering, but you also would have the command of an abyssal lord. It could be an asset for your personal desires. All I ask is you set him free.
Okay. Real quick. I can't remember. Do we refer to that big spooky monster as the darkness, or
Yes. I mean, that's what you
Okay.
have been referring to him as.
okay? I kind of I don't know. I look to my arm and then I kind of remember what she might be talking about, and I say, "Are you talking about the darkness we fought?"
The darkness. Even though you can't see her eyes, you kind of see her, like, back up in surprise. He is an old enemy. I can assure you, this Abyssal Lord has no place with the darkness.
I am willing to do what I must to meet up with this demon and slay him.
The Abyssal Lord
Androxus.
or the darkness?
I'm
You
talking
cut
about
out.
Androxus. I'm talking about
Oh,
Androxus. not-
Androxus. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I see. Okay. So, she smiles and says, I see. Very well. I can arrange your passage to Androxus. After all, his power comes from a deal with me. I know where he is at all times, although, as I said, your curse was a mistake, never meant to happen. You share a fraction of the power that flows through him. And since he clearly does not use my power for useful ends, I would be happy to have you replace him. He is currently at Jaguar Falls. How you get there is up to you. And what will happen, I cannot interfere with. You and he must fight it out amongst yourselves. However, if you have any other desires or requests, I have more I could trade you. Perhaps someone you once held dear, and she waves her hand. A small bit of purple smoke kind of floats in the air and forms itself into the face of a woman, someone maybe you once knew or cared about deeply, or a newer friend. Another face forms, this time of Malthius, and then both images disappear. I'm sure we will meet again. In the meantime, come with me. And she stands, her legs kind of like hovering in midair rather than actually walking upon the floor. And she begins kind of gracefully drifting towards the door of the tavern. What would you like to do?
I will sit there for a minute, just take everything in, and then go follow her.
Okie dokie. She leads you down the hall of the Paladins, or Resistance base. I always say Paladins base. Technically, it's the Resistance base. She leads you down the hall, and you see in the main room, like the main central hub kind of area, that the door, the main entrance to the or Resistance base, is shattered into large stone chunks that lay sitting on the floor, and there are a few people in this room who are kind of frozen in place. These seem to be standing on either side of the door, or what once was a door, as guards of some kind, but they are still frozen in time, not moving, not speaking, just kind of there. And as Sarah floats, her dress kind of billowing behind her, you see the lights kind of dim. Each of the candles kind of gets less intense as she goes past, and as you're following her, the cold continues, and she's heading right towards the magical entrance to the base. Are you willing to exit with her, wherever she leads you?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So with that, we'll move on to someone else. I think next in the turn order is Eritrea. Eritrea,
I'm
you
scared.
just got arrested.
Yeah, I did.
So, you were, to summarize, you were brought into a holding cell, just a standard prison cell, iron bars, stone floor, that kind of thing. If you'd like to try to escape, you can, or we can move on to them interrogating you and stuff. I figure it would probably go about the same way if you try to break out and escape, because that's what happened.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is up to you if you wanted to try to do something. They have taken your bag of supplies, by the way.
I think we're just going to play it safe and chill out until they come and interrogate me.
Sounds good.
Which should also be interesting.
So, after a couple hours of being in this cell, someone comes to get you, just a standard guard or two. They escort you to another room. It's dark. There's just a square wooden table in front of you, and they kind of handcuff you to the chair that sits on one side of it, while another wooden chair sits on the other side. There's a single light, just magical ball of light, casting some light down into the area of this room, and there is a mirror of some kind on one wall. Just a standard interrogation room. After a few moments, the door opens, and you hear footsteps, but you have to look over the table to see a tiny little gnome holding a stack of papers walk into the room. He seems kind of dejected. He's got crazy frizzy hair sticking out. He's got this gigantic bulbous nose and a weird cloak that's got the magistrate symbol and red colors, but also some fancy purple stripes on it. And he just kind of walks into the room, barely giving you any attention, closes the door, and then kind of sits up on the chair, and he goes, "Name?"
Eritrea.
"Occupation?"
I don't have one.
"Lazy bum, it is. All right. Affiliation?
With who?
Magistrate, resistance, anyone? Criminal? Lords?
Don't have one.
Lazy bum!" "So, what is your account on the events of this evening?"
I was just trying to leave. You know, typically people get arrested for things like trying to break into places. I didn't know one could get arrested for trying to break out.
"Well, you were found at the scene of a crime, and therefore you must be asked all the questions relating to the incident. Where were you at the at the time of the earthquake?"
Don't think you'd believe me if I told you. I don't recall. I think after everything went on, I kind of hit my head a little bit, so my memory's a little fuzzy. Do forgive me.
And why were you trying to leave at this time?
Trying to go home. Find my friends, find my family. I mean, I don't think I'd be any use to any of you, so...
What do you mean you wouldn't be of use? Did you not say in this report that you were a contractor, meant to help us with the repairs?
Yeah, but you see, I don't really want to. It's just like too much damage, you know. I was trying to get a job, but there's a lot going on here, and I, like as you said prior, I am a lazy bum, so it's far too much for me to handle. So
Now, would you please elaborate as to why you said you had no occupation if you are in fact a lazy bum contractor?
well, because I don't want the job anymore. I mean, I am. It's just kind of something I was doing on the side, trying to earn some money, but clearly, you know, like you said, lazy bum. So I'd actually just like to leave so I can continue doing my lazy bumness. And yeah.
So I can get- There are 3 discrepancies in your story. Yes. Yes, sir. I have been relieved of my duties. I will see you out. And he jumps down from the table and walks out of the room. He leaves the room, and after a moment or two, there is a whoosh sound as the mirror kind of disintegrates. The entire wall just basically turns to dust for a second, and 2 figures walk into the room, one of them seeming like, what's happening? And one of them much more imposing in presence, large pointed beard, and, you know, the giant cloak. You recognize this as Grand Magister Karn himself, and the other guy is the random NPC that you guys dragged into that darkness fight a while ago. He's just an enchanter guy. "Thank you. We'll handle this from here," he says as the gnome leaves, and then the wall solidifies behind him once again. He sits in the seat across from you, leaving the other enchanter to just kind of cross his arms and pretend like he knows what to do, even though he doesn't have a seat. And Grand Magister Karm snaps his fingers. Around you, the chair on the floor, there is a golden glow of light as a circle of magical energy surrounds you, and suddenly you have the feeling that your vocabulary has been somewhat limited. You now feel like you can only tell the truth. Or at least, you can only tell You can't tell a deliberate lie. You can still evade questions and like be creative with your answers, but you cannot tell a direct lie. Now, would you mind telling me what really happened today?
I woke up in a room. I saw a lot of destruction around me, and my first thought was to leave and find my friends, as I am unaware of their current location.
I see. And were these friends also intruders into this
I
establishment?
don't believe so.
Hmm. Do I know you from somewhere? Your face is familiar.
I get
You-
that a lot.
Were you
We
an
might have-
advisor?
No. But, I am around. We could have run into each other at any point in time in the past.
Hmm.
You two look familiar.
I would hope so. Being the main person of the magistrate, I tend to have a reputation that precedes me.
That does make sense.
So, there were many reports of strange activities happening in a secure magistrate zone, one that is off limits to most personnel, and the trail of destruction seems to indicate, well, obviously there were witnesses that say that infiltrators entered this place and were running about doing who knows what at the time of the incident, and then a giant explosion, unexplained chaos, and what I can only assume is crystal magic. Malcolm here, or Malburn, sorry. Malburn here tells me that you were involved in a fight with some kind of horrific entity, and these intruders and other magistrate people were involved. Please tell me what really happened. Enough of the formalities and the evasions.
I don't know exactly what happened.
Oh,
'cause I
that's fair.
wasn't there.
Okay.
I know there was like was it a squid thing? Or something?
Yeah.
Or
I
kraken
didn't
looking
think about the fact that
tentacle
you might
monster?
actually not know how to respond. Okay, so what did happen was you all broke into the magistrate, you were looking for the source of why time kept rewinding, and you eventually found, like, behind a secret passage in a closet, you found this little library and facility area that you woke up in, and there was the darkness that was, you know, like attacking, possessing Tyra or whatever. Tyra was the one who had the time rewinding crystal that kept causing time to rewind. So
Gotcha.
basically, you guys had a big fight with the darkness, and then lost very badly. The darkness kind of broke out its healing, was like, ah, boo, I'm gonna kill everyone, and then left as you guys were escaping. That's pretty much all you know.
Gotcha.
And
Did
obviously,
they-
this guy, this NPC, Malburn, was with you in the fight and saw the creature, saw your friends, saw you, and he didn't know who was really who. He thought, but like he was under the impression that some of these people were like new recruits of the magistrate and were like
Gotcha.
trying to help out with this whatever this fight was that he just got involved in. But there was also reports of intruders, so he didn't really know who was who or what was going on. But he can confirm your story, at least to the extent that you were fighting whatever this thing was, and you were trying to, you know, help everyone not die.
Gotcha. Alright. So I do believe everything is slowly coming back to me. Your friend here, I think, might be able to confirm that I was involved in a fight of sorts against some sort of darkness, if you will. We attempted to destroy it. At the time when we were escaping, that's when everything kind of went down, and I got knocked out.
I see.
It was almost like I was dead. Oh, man.
Huh.
Subtle, subtle.
I do know what that's like. Well, thank you. Your report has been most enlightening. Now, may I ask why you have these? And he reaches into your bag that he apparently has brought with him into the room, and he pulls out the crystal that you had, like the time rewinding crystal, and also, what other Paladins items do you have? Cassie's bow, I think. Cassie's crossbow and Genesis light. Is that right?
All that I have written down is crossbow, but I do think I had Genesis light as well.
Okay. Yeah, he reaches into your bag and pulls out Cassie's crossbow and also the time rewinding crystal. You can see that in Cassie's crossbow there is a prominent crystal affixed to the outside of it in the center. Both are kind of glowing with a faint blue light, and he goes, "Can you explain to me why you were in possession of these two crystals?"
Well, the crystal, the one that's not attached to the bow, is what the darkness was in possession of. I believe it might have been using it. I don't really know. Doing something with it of some sort, and the bow was a gift.
A gift from who, might I ask?
Who was it from? I can't even remember their name. It was just a random. It was like a vending machine thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, so technically,
very
there's just a vending machine in the resistance base that when you hit the button, it gives you just an item from one of the former resistance members, paladins, or magistrate people that aren't using it apparently.
Mhm.
But this item actually was technically Maltheus pressed the button and got this one, and then you two swapped out.
Traded,
items.
yeah.
So you could say it's from the vending machine. You could say it's from Maltheus. It's whatever you want to say.
It was a gift from a former friend. He has, though, passed on.
Technically, you don't know that.
Oh, do I not?
I mean,
Dang it.
I guess you would
Oh,
if you
no,
if
I
you
saw
realized
him.
you were dead.
Yeah.
You were in the.
Yeah, I definitely.
Well,
So-
no, because didn't they see each other? Didn't she see
Yeah,
him? In,
I saw
after-
him.
Yeah, you definitely saw him in like the afterlife hellscape weird thing of doom.
So, to my knowledge, he has currently passed on. It's
I'm
been a
sorry to hear that.
really hard couple of weeks.
That it has for us all. You really look familiar. Anyway, so do you know what these items are? They not quite regular crystals. They have a certain importance to them. And he yanks the crystal out of Cassie's crossbow and tosses the crossbow aside, setting them both on the counter in front of him.
They're magic crystals.
Well spotted. These two crystals in particular are part of a set. They once were part of a larger crystal that was broken and split up into smaller crystals that could be used in more varying purposes, but it was a particularly important and powerful crystal that has since been scattered across the realm in various items and well, purposes such as that crossbow. But now that I have two more pieces in addition to the ones I already had, I may be able to track the remaining pieces.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
That it
What are you going to
does.
do with this big crystal when you get it, might I ask? If you don't want to share, that's fine.
Well, formulating the larger crystal is less of a concern as finding those who have the other shards. For you see, the ones who own most of these crystals are members of the Resistance.
What's the
who
resistance?
I have been trying to squash for quite a long time. His eyes bore into yours, scanning for emotion, trying to gauge your reaction, basically.
What's the resistance?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought.
It does hurt. Kind of bad.
Well, I will see to it that you are well taken care of in your cell.
Right.
If you have any more information that you would be willing to surrender, now would be a good time. If not, we will get it out of you in due time.
I don't think I have any information that'll benefit you in any way, but happy I could help with the crystals. Who would have
I
thought?
also am
Random
happy.
crossbow.
Yes, a crossbow. Such a waste. Of all things. Can only
Yeah, I didn't even
imagine.
use it much. I prefer using, daggers in fights, but, crossbows. They're
Hmm.
alright too, I guess.
Personally, I'm more of a staff fellow, but
Oh,
I can see the draw.
might have to try that sometime.
You'll have to get your own staff. Anyway, he stands,
I did plan on
leaving
using.
these two
Okay.
crystals on the table, and then he just kind of waves his hand, and they like disappear, go invisible. They don't really move anywhere. They just you can't see them anymore. They're gone. I'll be back in not too long.
It was a pleasure
Sit tight.
talking to you.
Oh yes,
Uh,
you as well.
What was your name
Arishan?
again?
Karn. Grand Magister Karn.
Grant. Ooh, that's a fancy title.
I'm
Man.
sure we'll be meeting again soon, Miss Arishan.
I look forward to it.
Come, Malvern. And Malvern's like, yep, coming. And they both walk out of the room, leaving you sitting still within this circle. And with that, we'll move on once again. Dejargo, you are still talking with Genos as you look out across a terrifying landscape. I mean, most of the realm looks fine, but off in the distance, there's like scary red lightning clouds and a purple corruption that seems to be spreading from a town far to the northwest. Northwest, I think, yes. You were somber, sitting, having a casual chat. I promise eventually we'll get the whole party together. So, you said.
Presses X.
Yeah, it's kind of individual stories for a bit. I'm hoping maybe by the end of this session we'll get a point where everyone will be together. Dejarko, I think it's time I was honest with those around me, particularly my followers. I don't know where to begin with explaining everything that's happened here. But I suppose starting with this would be a good place to start. My followers never knew what it was they were protecting right under their feet. When the moon fell, the pieces carried with them a great evil that was kept, preserved, and sealed in various places across the realm. The goddess Io, the moon, she sacrificed much of her life to keep this evil at bay, and her followers spent centuries guarding these resting places of the pieces of the moon, so that the evil would not escape. But when Atlas came, arriving from the future to tell us that this darkness would escape, we put aside our differences. We worked together to form a treaty with the magistrate, and we began to protect these burial sites. We took the pieces of the moon, and using a powerful spellbook and powerful magic, we all did our best to preserve the realm by taking these pieces and packing them into the most secure seals we could muster. Some pieces of the moon we brought here, Ascension Peak, a place that, in my arrogance, I thought would be safe no matter what. After all, we've resisted attacks many times before, as people tried to take power for themselves. But clearly, this was not a good enough protecting place, and the seal here has been broken by what I do not know. Part of the darkness is now free if it wasn't before. I always felt that there was something lurking, thwarting our every move, waiting, stalking, like a predator, seeking an opportunity to strike. Patient as it sought an opportunity where we were weak. One way or another, the darkness grows stronger. There are 2 other seals. One was entrusted to the magistrate, and one to the warders. Clearly the resistance seal is broken now. The darkness grows stronger. I'm sure you have more questions, but that is a good place to start. I'm sorry that I was wrong.
Deja Argo is just sitting there, not sure what to say.
My friend, it has been a long time since you have left to seek out your true purpose. Do you think you are any closer to discovering what that purpose might be?
I don't know. What do you think I should do?
At the moment, finding your friends might be a good place to start. To at least find strength in numbers, if not to say goodbye as the world comes to an end in chaos. Because, as you know, this creature is powerful and only grows more powerful.
Right.
It is only a matter of time before it unleashes its full fury.
Right.
See, what we face is not just a person who gained too much power. It is not simply a beast. This is old. It is a part of an endless cycle of rebirth and destruction, yin and yang. Order comes from chaos, and chaos comes from order. Worlds have fallen, worlds have been rebuilt from the ashes, and perhaps it is time for this world to end.
Perhaps.
Long ago, when the moon fell, the chaos was stopped. We've bought some time. Perhaps I should speak with the moon and see if she can buy us some more. That is what I will do, as I have no more followers, nothing more to teach to this shattered mountaintop. I regret.
I'm sorry.
I regret not being here for those I cared for in the end. It seems I've grown attached to something, despite all my proverbs about letting go of that kind of thing. What do you think you should do?
I don't know. I feel like that the
Resistance?
thank you. No, not the resistance. The other one.
Magistrate.
Magistrate.
Magistrate. Thank you. I feel like the magistrate might be up to something, and maybe we need to stop them from doing whatever they're doing.
He kind of shrugs tiredly. Perhaps the doom of this world comes from multiple sides. There is not one threat.
No, I had to
That
be the
surmounts the others.
magistrate.
The magistrate. I do know some things that are beyond what a mortal would know regarding the magistrate and regarding their capabilities. But I fear the magistrates are but a part of the coming end, and we may need their help if we are to withstand what comes from other sides.
Barrack just like that.
But I will consider this. As I consult with the moon and ask for assistance, I will also give a peek and see what the magistrate are up to. Thank you for
Alright.
your wisdom.
Yep.
I wish you luck on your journey. If there is
You too.
anything that you need, do not hesitate to call upon my name. It is not often that I respond to the pleas of mortals, but for the few followers I have left, I am willing to make an exception.
So
I'm not
what am
going
I
to
supposed to
lose
do?
anyone
Yell
else.
out, Jedi? Or should I whisper, Jedi?
A simple
Or
prayer
should I say,
will suffice.
oh, Jedi, Jedos, Jedos?
You can do what you wish. I am
Okay.
a god, after all. And with that, like he did so many years before, Genos takes a step off the mountain and begins ascending to the stars once again, slowly at first, and then speeding up and disappearing into the clouds above with a twinkle.
Man, I need to know how to do that.
You'll get there, Dejargo. Don't worry about it. What would you like to do, Dejargo? You're standing alone in the craters of what once was your home.
Well,
The paddle
I'd
boat,
like to.
paddle boat sanctuary is like overflowing with water into a large crater where there once was an ornate seal in the center of the temple.
Well, I guess I can look for a way back to my friend.
You know the way.
Okay, so I take my way back to my friend.
Very well. And as you begin your long journey, let's move on to Kite.
That
Oh.
me.
I see a fox eating flowers. I'm not sure that's good for them. Alrighty. So, Kite. The door just burst open, and you see a 10-foot tall draconic figure holding a giant arm cannon, glaring at everyone in this room as he steps out of the smoke, and he's going, "Where is my son?" Smoke billows from his nostrils as he snarls. Would you like to respond? Everyone else is kind of like, "Ah!"
Simple. Dead. No.
Oh
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
no!
that.
Yikes! You're not wrong.
It's not the best way to deliver that news. So.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I'm kind of in fright. I would feel like I would be scared out of my mind.
A lot of these guys are too.
I
In
just say,
fact,
are
as
you
you
on
all are
mute?
kind of like backing off, several of the common folk who had rifles aimed just kind of squeezed their trigger fingers just in fright and in like accidental discharge, and suddenly bullets ping off the stones both around Drogo's and directly at him. A couple tink off of his arm cannon, and he goes "Rah!" and pulls up like a holographic shield that kind of expands outward from his arm cannon, and they begin hitting
He's
the
a
shield.
damage, not a front line.
Technology improves over the last 40 years, it seems.
I don't know how to balance this game.
You are correct. So he's now taking fire. It stops pretty quickly as they're realizing that they're accidentally firing guns at probably one of the most terrifying beasts that are known to walk this realm, but whatever. What did you say you wanted to do or say?
Can I? Who is your son? What's their name? I have like a faint idea who it is, but I want to confirm.
Mm-hmm. So you would probably recognize him, not because you've seen him before, but just because of the legends of like how many towns this guy has plundered or blown up or destroyed in some way. This is definitely Drogo's Flame Terror, Scourge of the Skies, and Murderer of 1,000 Towns or something. I forget his title.
That's the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got his shield up. If you were going to, you still want to say that, even though you know who he is?
Well, I'm going. Yes, just to clarify, I guess, because panic.
Okay. He seems like he's about to like breathe fire on these people that shot at him, and then he is distracted by you, and they've stopped shooting. So he takes a second. My son is Malthius. I was told by a little birdie that he was here. You see fire in his eyes as he stares down at you, little twerp. You feel like you could be
Wow.
roasted into oblivion if you're not careful here.
Well, I would like not to be. First off.
Yeah. It's okay, you got potions. Just drink
True.
that fire resistance potion, you'll be good.
I know him. So I don't know where he is to be exact, but I do know him.
He's dead.
Yeah. I
Okay.
know.
So you're lying?
Trying to like.
Diffuse
Well, I'm
the
trying to, like,
situation?
I'm not
Gotcha.
trying to ease it a bit.
Okay. I actually got zoned out for the first like third of what you said. Could you repeat the whole phrase again?
So like kind of like in a stutter because out of fear. I know who he is. But I don't know where he is. I can help.
Help is good. Is this a safe place? Are these enemies? What's going on here? I was under
If
the
you're with me-
impression this was barrack space. And as
Yes.
as you say this, Barrack kind of walks out from the side passage that you were going towards because you were going to warn Barrack about the explosions, and Barrack comes tubbing down the hall, and he's like, what's going on? Oh, hello, Drogos, long time no see. How's the family? How's the weather?
Oh.
And Drogos just stares daggers at him. Hello. I heard the news, by the way, both of you.
I'm just gonna
Right.
stare at Barrack like I don't know what to do about this.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you need any more upgrades with your jetpack? Or perhaps, Perhaps some new weapon upgrades. I am not here for that kind of thing. Where is my son? Ah! That way! There's a grave and a nice, relaxing... Let's, yeah, he just begins walking that way, and Drogus starts stomping slowly that direction as well. Are you gonna go with?
Yes.
Okay.
Just tell behind Barrett.
Barrick kind of walks down the hall, still holding his blunderbuss, but kind of down by his knees at this point. And he leads you down a couple hallways of this abandoned mineshaft kind of thing, till you reach a large clearing, like giant cavern extending out far above you. There is grass and trees in this clearing, and there seems to be some magical light sources in the ceiling, almost like different colored crystals that are kind of casting nice white light down upon the like the combination of all these colored lights are forming the illusion of white light along this small clearing. But unfortunately, on the other side of the clearing, the grass seems to be like heavily disturbed. There's like a large bulldozing kind of project going on, and large pieces of machinery being constructed together. A couple of common folk are like got welding masks on, and they're like sparking some pieces of metal together for some purpose. But where Barrick is heading towards is over on the left. There's a small little garden area with a fountain, and you see a very well carved statue of Malthius, presumably made by Dejargo, judging by the skill, that stands as a gravestone with a small little plaque etched into the bottom of it. And beside it there is another grave that seems slightly collapsed down for Eritrea. There is no statue for that one, just a gravestone. So, as Barrick leads you to it, he just kind of gestures that way, and he's like, can I get you anything? Would you like, what do Dragonborn drink? Water? We'll go with water. And, would you like me to stay here, or just leave me be? Drogus deactivates his shield, lowers his weapon, and walks forward towards the statue, just kind of sizing it up, walking slowly. Would you like to say anything to him? Just watch, let him go so he doesn't kill everyone.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say he was a great warrior, and to start heading out to let him, mourn and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to let him be.
Mm-hmm. He makes no response. He's just kind of standing there, and then as you turn to go, you just see him boom, drop to his knees and sit there for a moment. Where are you going?
Debating whether I should tell, is it pronounced Saphira?
Yes.
She's still here?
Yes.
I don't know if I should tell her that Drogos is here and all that.
You can if you'd like.
I think I'm going to.
Mm-hmm. He is technically
So
her father-in-law.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start making my way towards the room.
Okay. Her room is a bit farther across the base, possibly out of earshot from the explosions and destruction. But you get there in maybe about 2 minutes of walking, and as you approach the door, you hear some strange noises, like hissing almost. It sounds like a language you don't recognize. Yes, it seems to be coming from within the door. Shermie's like, oh no.
Oh, I'm relieved because I thought I heard another word instead of hissing.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yikes.
I don't know what word you would have
Okay,
heard. I'm too innocent for this.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to sort of just approach the door normally. I'm just assuming it might be like the children or something fighting or something. I'm just going to push it off as that,
The
tiny bit
children,
skeptical, but
the children are actually at a different place. They've been
Oh,
left
they
there
are?
for safety before you guys went off to like do the Atlas adventure thing. So technically, they're not at the base right now.
Okay. Okay. Well.
She is alone.
Okay. Then instead, then I'm just going to approach it somewhat cautiously and then sort of knock on the door.
Okay. As you knock on the door, you're hearing. And who is it?
Severa, are you there?
Yes, Kite. Need something?
Well, I have to inform you of something, if I may.
It's not a good time. Can it wait?
I'm not sure if it can, but I can if you would like me to.
Sorry, I zoned out again. Like, I'm not trying to. My brain is just like
No, you're
very
good.
tired. Could you say it again?
I don't know if it can wait, but I can just hold on to it if you need me to.
Okay. You hear like, shifting, creaking of a bed, and then footsteps approaching the door, and also a and the door opens. You see Saphira standing there, clearly like just tear tracks along her face, as though she's like been weeping bitterly for hours. You don't know how long exactly, but she doesn't look like she's slept much tonight. You also see Tom sitting, or the snake, the Maldamba's friend, whatever, that was introduced to you guys. He is sitting on the bed as well, like at the foot of the bed. He's just kind of glaring daggers at you, Kite, and his tongue kind of flicks out, and then goes back in. What is it, Kite?
So, Drogo's is here.
Also, tell me something only the real Kite would know.
I don't know what I would say.
It's anything you would want to. Honestly, I don't know what you would say either.
Yeah, I don't know what I would either.
That's just what she says.
Sake calls me a chihuahua. That count? That work?
Yeah, I'm not sure I trust him either at this point, considering he just attacked Atlas and doesn't seem to have control over him. If he's got like an alien virus in his arm. She kind of breaks down again. Why is everything so bad?
Tell her about the time we babysat the kids.
Okay, there we go.
It's a solid memory.
Well, another thing that may help confirm me is I helped babysat the kids when the house got flooded and all that happened, thanks to Dejargo.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Why the kid? I don't know if I can go see the kids anymore. Cause the reason I ask about if you're the real you is because, well, we saw that guy getting possessed, and then Barrick's acting weird, and Sake attacked. How can we trust anyone at this point? How do I know that it's really you? How do I know I'm not infected? And she kind of touches like the stab wound from the other day when you guys just got back after fighting, and she got stabbed in the neck by a darkness wielding guy. She's like, how do I know that I'm not infected? And I bring it back to infect my kids. I don't know what to do. At this point, everything is just falling out of control. I thought it would be simple, just a quick time to get revenge on the thing that killed my husband, but it's just not. I'm sorry. What did you need?
It's fine. Would talking... Well, Drogo's is here. Would you like me to bring you to him?
Sorry.
I don't know how to segue
I
that.
thought you said Drogo's was here. That's not right, is it?
No, he is here.
Oh, well. I don't know him that well. He's not exactly... Okay, did he want to see me?
Well, I
Where is
figured... Well, I figured he would like to at least see someone familiar. He's over at Malthus's grave currently.
I see. Yeah, okay, I'll go see him. And she reaches over and grabs a blueprint that was laying on her desk, rolls it up, and puts it in her bag before she like walks out of the room. Tom kind of slithers and crawls up her shoulder disgruntledly, kind of sits there staring at you, and hisses something in Saphira's ear as she closes the door behind her. I'm ready. I assume she probably knows the way to the grave, so you both take off that direction?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. And with that, we will move back to Sake after we take a short break because I need to go to the bathroom. Please entertain the stream and or just talk.
Weaklings use the bathroom.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm a weakling too, don't worry.
The most intense part. Oh my god. Oh, my nerves.
Wow.
All right.
So how are the viewers?
So do you think Maldamba's snake is trying to whisper nasty things into her ears? Like
So I
He's
don't talk-
dissing me, that's what I'm thinking.
It's
I
funny because I just
highly
had the visual
suspect.
of him just like watching Saphira cry on her bed. And he's just like watching her, just like, is this gonna end sometime soon?
That's probably why he's disgruntled.
So awkward.
Oh. Wait. Oh, I know something to entertain the stream. Hold on.
More pictures
Here
of
we
Fox.
go. The finish.
Oh, speed rounds.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Just kill the stream.
Here we go.
Lag.
Let's kill the bit rate real quick.
Yes.
Well, you could hear the lovely deja vu music playing with this.
Oh boy, hope
Oh,
it's
I
not
don't know.
copyright.
It probably
So
is. Actually.
aggressive. Boom, 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 boom.
You started doing that in sync with the music, Kayla.
Nice.
That was the hope.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
And
Welcome
more
back.
Foxes.
That is lots of foxes. I am turning into epilepsy.
He's turning into epilepsy.
I am epilepsy.
He is making fun with it.
Oh, did I miss any fun memes?
Not really.
Okay.
Fennec Zone.
Nice.
Is that a meme?
Yes, technically. I'm really sorry that like we're doing individual scenes back and forth and back and forth. I can't wait for everyone to be talking together to like
Yeah.
memes and camaraderie, but okay.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
you're
it
telling me
makes
I
the-
should hold off on coming back together?
No.
We should do everything in our power to make
Oh,
sure we
no.
don't come back together.
Yeah, let's just do 4 separate campaigns real quick for a bit. Just individual sessions.
I like it.
we'll
I
come
like
back.
it.
That's the plan.
Clearly, yes. So
I could just stay in the prison. It's fine.
So Sake, you are led by
Oh, finally, you see.
by I don't know what happened. Oh,
There you
hello.
go.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
My Discord just decided to crash on
It
its
is like the warp speed fox.
Nice.
Fun times. Yeah, too many foxes.
Too
own.
many.
It's allergic. Anyway,
Apparently so.
Sake, you are being led down the halls, lit by torches. Like this is basically a glorified mine shaft with a slightly more packed dirt and stone floor than one of the other passageways. This is the magical labyrinth that extends onto the whole realm and kind of directs itself to wherever you need to go, apparently. The door was blown off, so you couldn't exactly choose where you wanted to go, but Sarah still led you down this hallway regardless. And as you walk past the torches that are set every few feet along the walls, all the torches dim and then brighten up again as you finish passing. The flames themselves don't really flicker with normal firelight because time seems to be frozen, but the flame, or like the light itself, emits less and it grows dim as Saris passes. And she's just silently leading you down this passage for a long way. You walk for maybe an hour together. Would you like to say anything as you're walking, or are you just gonna keep holding your packs of beer and following?
I forgot I still have my beer.
You're welcome to talk to her if you'd like.
What was that?
You're welcome to talk to her if you'd like, or just drink to your heart's content. It's whatever.
Hmm. I'll just
You can also regret your choices and turn around if you'd like. You can do anything you
I
want.
also think I kind of want to like head back because I don't want to stray too far from everyone else. But also I kind of want like but it's so sudden. Like I'm gonna get revenge right now, maybe possibly. I don't know. I will say Sake probably like is on guard, like doesn't fully believe Saris, and it anticipates a trap of some kind somewhere.
Gotcha.
I guess he'll try to make small talk and I guess he could ask Saris where and how she got her dark powers.
I once was a mortal like yourself. There was a city that I lived in with my sister. That is a life I've long since left behind. There was a dark portal in this city, and I was chosen to be the sacrifice, thrown in to appease the abyss for another period of time. Little did the magistrate know, and those who were doing these tests, it was the sacrifice that would change their city forever. For you see, the abyss did not simply want one soul, it wanted a vessel. And you hear her speak with the voices of many, not just her own, in a harmony, haunting. I am the city of Saris. None but me, my sister, and that magistrate experimenter escaped alive. I am the souls of the city, all of them, and I am the vessel through which the abyss wields its power on this realm. I know things that are, things that were, and some things that have not yet come to pass. She gives another haunting smile. My power comes from an infinite realm of possibilities. Endless planes of chaos. And thirst for power that many mortals cannot comprehend. For to do so would drive their minds insane. And your power is but a small fraction of my own. You are, some could say, a child, or grandchild in your case. What happened with you?
Uh, it's somewhat hazy, but I remember wandering in the middle of the night, and I came across this demonic shadow. He, from what I remember, said something about wanting to pass on his power to another so he could be rid of his curse, and that's why he gave it to me.
I see.
But it didn't quite work as he was still cursed.
That explains it. His weakness will not go unnoticed. He once fought for the side of righteousness. He once was not unlike yourself. Well, yourself before your curse. But power twists the minds of many. Oh look, we're arriving. And as you see the end of the hall approaching, you see a door. It's old. The wood is dyed purple, kind of like the warped fungus stuff from Minecraft. And you see on the top of the door frame the word Ceres, but instead of being written forward, it's kind of like mirrored, so it's exactly backwards. Not with the letters, but like literally reversed. And she gestures to the door. After you, mortal.
He'll kind of stay there and just take everything in and then slowly, cautiously walk through the door.
Mm-hmm. As you open the door, what you see is the large expanse of a city. It is the city of Ceres. You may have heard stories of it or seen it in picture books of like a great tragedy or something. It is always talked about in hush whispers as a cursed city that no one should ever enter if they want to live, and there are tales of horrifying abominations that live within the city limits. It is corrupted, twisted, warped, terrible. As you look out across the city, you see that not one bit of it remains normal and peaceful, cozy like a normal city would. All the buildings are like gnarled, covered in ivy, thorn bushes. They're miscolored in strange ways. They have strange sheens to them. There are bumps and howls coming from random places throughout the city, and there's a like purple glow that kind of surrounds the whole perimeter of the city and extends up into the sky. The sky, however, is still blue, peaceful, nice. No sounds of thunder or that red lightning that I was talking about with the other people's scenes. Obviously, you haven't seen it or heard it yet. So, yeah, you're extending, coming out of this door, and you're on a tall tower, kind of in the center of Ceres, standing on a rooftop looking out over the whole city. And Ceres kind of floats out to the balcony beside you. Beautiful, is it not?
It's like looking into my own being.
It's like looking into the cracks of that arm of yours.
Yes.
You see the
Why have
same
you
kind
brought
of...
me here?
This is where we will meet our new friend, our mutual ally. Come with me. She leads you down a set of stairs that go deeper into this building. I must say, I'm surprised that you've withstood this curse as long as you have, without it taking more control over you. You see, this curse grows, I'm sure, as you know, and it hungers for souls. That's where your power comes from. The abyss claims souls and twists them to its purposes. And you have chosen to drown out your pain and suffering with poison. She kind of gestures, or like looks at you with a curious expression as you're still, like, she's floating down these stairs and you're walking down behind her. Why do you do it? Poison yourself.
Well, not only does it help with the pain, but also helps with somewhat coping with what I have to do to keep it satiated.
So it has taken hold. How many?
I lost count long ago.
Excellent. Glad to hear. And she opens another door in front of you. You begin walking out onto the city streets, and it's just kind of like moving. The streets kind of undulate like waves across the cobblestone, and you almost feel seasick as you're trying to like walk across the ground. And she leads you across a clearing, down a street, until you finally come across a gigantic crater in the earth. It just like extends down into a gigantic pit that glows with horrible colors of light, just neon blue, cyan, purple, and you hear moans of otherworldly beasts below. If you try to peek down, you have to blink and look away, or risk going insane as you just, like, your eyes can't process what you're looking at. This is the place. Now, you already have a curse on one arm. May I have your hand? All we need is a drop. And she pulls out a knife. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. I'm sorry.
Bro.
So she's holding out the knife to you. And you see, like, in front of you, there's kind of like a small stone basin at the edge of this crater. It seems like this is the same walkway and, like, offering zone where whatever the sacrifice happened with Ceres long ago happened.
I does she want the cursed arm or the uncursed arm?
She seems to be implying the uncursed arm, because you've already got something going on with one arm, so she's like,
Okay.
we need your other arm that actually bleeds.
He'll kind of look at it and be kind of hesitant.
Oh, come now. Who doesn't want an abyssal lord at their beck and call? The power, the control, but most importantly, the revenge. I suppose that's all you care about, isn't it? getting back at the one who caused you all this pain, and those that you have had to eviscerate.
He then very slowly extends his hand to Ceres.
Mm-hmm. Are you taking the knife and doing it yourself, or letting her do it, or what?
I'll let her do it because I don't know what the heck's going on.
Okay. She takes your hand gently. Her hand is cold, haunting. It's like a ghost touching you, or a corpse. And her bony, skeletal fingers kind of dig her claws, or like her nails, into your arm, and she brings it over the stone basin. Just a drop. Nicks your finger, and one drop of your blood falls into the basin. Suddenly, as it hits the stone, there is a loud fire blasts up. Not normal heat fire, but a cold, icy blue fire shoots up from the entire perimeter or circumference of the circle, and you hear as a dark figure begins to rise from the center of the giant chasm. And Ceres just kind of laughs, smiles, and turns to you. Thank you for your help. He's been looking to get free for a long time. And you see a giant demon kind of step forward, coming towards the fire, and gigantic chains kind of breaking off of his arms and legs, like enormous metal manacles that fall down into the abyss below as he shakes his giant horned head and steps forward, and a large, like, machine gun kind of thing, Gatling gun, minigun, I don't know the words for guns, leaps up into his hand, and he's like stepping towards the circle. And now, as a thank you, and as a way to give you an edge over your competitor, I give you a gift. And she boops you right in the center of the forehead. And you suddenly feel your arm grow hot and your whole body kind of shudder for a moment, becoming more powerful, or at least changing in some way how your magic works. You're a warlock now. Sorry. And with that, Ceres gestures back behind you, where you see a door, the same door that you came in from, leading back towards the same hallway you came from. We'll see you again. Remember, the one you seek is at Jaguar Falls. He's hiding. I'm sure you'll know what to do. And then she turns back to watch the demon arriving. What would you like to do?
Kind of look up at what I assume is Rom.
Yep. And as he
and kind of be like, did I just heck up? And then just look back at my arm and then just kind of be fascinated with my new power. And then just walk back through the door, I guess.
And as Rom is stepping out, footstep by footstep, through the ring of blue fire, a red cloud, like a giant storm cloud with red lightning zapping, begins to spread from where he is emerging, and red lightning cracks from the sky above the city of Ceres, and the corruption around the ring of Ceres kind of expands outward. And with that, Sake, you walk through the doorway and begin your trek back to the Paladin's base. And as soon as the door closes behind you, all the torchlights are back to their full intensity and they're moving again, like normal fire should. You walk back to the base, much as you did long ago, with your stumbling and wondering if that was the bathroom. Yeah. I think we're back to Eritrea now. I've lost track of the turn order.
Yeah, I think it was her.
Alright, so Eritrea, you've been sitting in this ring for a while. The ring eventually disappears leaving you just sitting alone in the room, still chained to the desk. And then after another couple of hours, you're starting to get hungry and thirsty. It seems like no one has checked up on you in a while. And you're sitting in a wooden chair with not really any mobility options. What would you like to do?
Can I start yelling? It's like, hello? Someone forget about me in here? If I could not be chained to a table, that'd be great. What's a girl gotta do for like a glass of water and a sandwich? Jeez.
Okay. After about 5 or 10 minutes more, do you continue speaking like that?
No, she probably only carries on for a couple of minutes and then
Okay.
stops so she doesn't get a response at all.
It seems like no one was around to hear. There's just silence, unfortunately.
Great. How tight am I, like,
It's
chained to the
actually, it's
chair?
not. Oh, like the chain. They're basically just chains around your wrists, and you've got
Oh,
mobility enough to be able to, like, stand up and do some basic hand gestures. So you're not like completely motionless.
So I have my hands chained to like the table.
No, you've got
Is that what's
you've got
going
two
on?
chains, and these chains go to the table.
Oh,
You've got
okay, so
about
they're-
2-3 feet of movement, and they're actually not like hugging your wrist. It's like slightly larger, so you've got a little bit of play.
Where is it locked? On the table or on my
the
wrist?
lock is on your wrist.
Mm.
The lock for each of them.
I guess I don't have any of my things either.
Yeah, you do not have your items or supplies. You might have like a necklace or something if you had any jewelry of that kind.
I don't remember if she actually.
You could check your old drawing, because
I don't have it
Oh.
anymore.
I can check your old drawing.
Unfortunately. It was on my old computer. I've recently upgraded.
Ah, okay. Let me find it real quick, because I genuinely don't know if there was any.
Yeah, I think she had a necklace, but I don't.
Let me see.
Sounds right.
Okay, I'm gonna send it in this group chat thing. Bloop. Doesn't look like it.
Oh.
You've got some very stylish
Okay.
triangles on your forehead, though.
True. Okay. Can I try? Like, does it look sturdy?
The triangles? Or the table?
No, the table.
Sorry.
My triangles.
These are some pretty strong triangles. Yeah.
Jen's tired today.
You have the Triforce on your forehead.
She has a Biforce. Alright. It's a reasonably well-built table. It's heavy. It doesn't seem like it's like gonna come apart just by a couple well-placed kicks. You'd need to like
Okay.
apply some strength to it.
Can I try and slide out of the handcuffs? Like,
Yeah, go ahead and roll me.
I feel like that would be her first, like,
Mm-hmm.
attempt. And if that doesn't work, obviously,
It's
like,
gonna
try
be a
something
very
else.
hard check, but you can roll me sleight of hand, see if you can manage
is
to
this how
like.
I roll it?
I
Yes.
like in those movies where they dislocate their joints.
Oh.
I got 14.
Yeah, unfortunately, as you're struggling with it, you're not able to slip out of these restraints.
Darn it.
There's not really a correct answer, by the way, so.
Yeah, I'm like scared to have her actually get loose because like where's she gonna go? What is she gonna do? And she'll seem like, I guess, hostile if she like breaks the table.
Mhm.
Can she look around the room, like investigate, see if there's anything that could help her, like a pen, a paper clip that she could use to like pick a lock?
There doesn't seem to be anything, like any items lying around. It seems to be pretty well kept as far as making sure there's not items for prisoners to be able to escape with.
Um,
Yeah,
Can
there's not
she-
really anything like that.
could she drag the table with her?
Technically, the table's not bolted down. Would you like to move the table around?
Yes. I'd like to try and just go to the door, I guess, that they were
There
at.
is still a mirror in this room, like a one-way
Okay.
glass kind of thing. I don't
And I
know if
can
that
see
would help
through
you. No, it's a one-way, so it looks like a mirror to you, but you could assume people would be watching you from the other side based on
Okay.
people walked through from a room on the other side.
I don't want to break that yet, especially being attached to a table, so I'm going to try the door first.
Mm-hmm.
So in my eye.
So you scoot the table across the floor, making some horrible sounds as you're budging it along, and you manage to reach the door. It is unlocked, so that's good.
What the heck?
You're attached to the table. I didn't think you were gonna move it.
They left me for hours.
It seems
guess
like they've got
open it.
other things to deal with. Okay,
Mhm.
so you open the door, and it just kind of creaks open. You budge the table once more to get a view out. There's no one in this hallway.
Now, how big is this door?
Not quite big enough for your table, unfortunately.
Do I see anything in the room that could help me? A paperclip, a pen, the keys that would be conveniently placed.
In the hallway, you mean?
Oh, it's a hallway. Yeah, I guess.
Strangely enough, there are some items in this hallway. Like, it's not terribly well kept. There's like a coat rack on the other side of the hall from you, like just 5 feet across, and there's a couple other items like in boxes sitting against the wall. There's not like anything small and fiddly that you could try to use to pickpocket, but
Mhm.
maybe if you checked inside these boxes or coat pockets or who knows what, maybe you could find something. But there's not anything like readily available.
I will check inside the boxes
Okay.
first.
I'm just realizing that you've got like three feet of movement. So if you like get the table
Yeah,
all the
I'm
way up
like-
against the door, you're gonna have some
I'm
trouble.
imagining like using my leg or something, because my legs aren't like bolted down, right?
No.
Like, doing one of those situations where you take your leg and like grab the box and drag it towards you,
This
and
has
then she'll
become a
like.
comedy show.
I mean, that's what you get for involving me. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
no, that's great. Okay, so you're trying to like reach your leg out and kick one of these boxes closer to you. Roll me dexterity, just general dexterity. Is this the first roll of the day? I feel like it isn't. But...
Yeah.
It was
Holy cow! I'm sorry.
19.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you kick this box and you get it to like fall off of the stack of boxes and fall closer to you, close enough to where you can just barely scoot it closer with your hands. It's a standard wooden box. The top comes off without a lock or anything. And as you open it, you see there's a bunch of like confiscated items of some kind. There's like spheres that have a little pop off top, kind of like a potion flask, I guess, but a spherical one. And they're filled with different items and substances. Some of them pleasant, some of them not so pleasant. What would you like to look for amongst these?
Anything. That's all I see in there, as far as that whole box, or is there other things in there?
Pretty much the entire box is just filled with these like circular glass vials that contain like
Mysteriously.
it's if you've ever been to like a grocery store where they have those little vending machines where they pop out those
Oh,
little,
okay.
it's kind of like those little plastic containers that have something inside, like a little toy or something, except as you look inside these vials, it looks like these are just miniature versions of full-size items of some kind. Like you see a long sword, just very small. You see this one's just filled with a potion of some kind. It looks like Play-Doh as it oozes around in there. You see a living creature in one of them, just a small little pet little dog, Chihuahua.
Oh.
It's just kind of
It's
sitting
Kite.
there.
All right.
I think it was me.
Yeah.
I guess I would like to pop the top off of the miniature longsword.
Mm-hmm.
And
As you pop it off, the sword suddenly stops like floating in place, and it kind of like falls to the side of the glass vial.
okay, can I like get it out?
As you dump it out, it grows into a full-size longsword.
Felt that coming.
Did it go point down or hilt down?
Are you asking me?
I mean, you could choose to do it either way.
You're going like this,
Ooh.
so
Yeah, it could have gone either way, I guess.
I was imagining it
can I
going the
roll
wrong
for it?
way. Sure.
Can I roll for it?
You want to just roll a d4, and even numbers are the wrong way, odd numbers are the
Yeah.
right way?
Oh,
Because
Can I
we didn't
choose what
establish
to
it.
roll? Oh yeah, I can. You said
yeah,
four.
just
Okay.
roll a d4, or really any would work.
Odds are wrong, evens are right way.
Sure.
Okay. Roll. I got a 4.
Okay. So
So even.
the hilt
Okay.
the hilt pops it into your hand. You're suddenly holding a full-on longsword with like wood tendrils across the hilt and a long blade that seems to be glowing with a faint, almost like moonlight. And there's a glass vial just sitting at the top of it now, just spinning on the end. Barely balanced. Sorry, I got something in my eye.
Well, that isn't what I wanted.
Are you
Is that all?
sure?
Well, maybe a little bit. I gotta get out of here first if I want to use that, though. Alright, I'm gonna kind of hide it inside the room that I was in and, like, lean it up against the wall a little bit, just in case someone's to come and see. Were there a certain number of glass vials, or was it just those?
It is a bunch of glass vials. Like
Okay.
this whole box is filled with like 30 of these,
Alright.
whatever they are, confiscated items. It seems.
I guess I just want to look through it and see if there's anything else that could, like, aid me. Probably looking for more so, like... It sucks because they're all gonna get bigger.
I mean, you could keep them like this.
Yeah, but I was specifically looking for something that I could, like, try and pick a lock with. A miniature sword would have worked, but
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna find anything that's, like...
Well, as you look through these items, there's items of all varying sizes. Like the Chihuahua is obviously a miniature Chihuahua, but you assume if you were to take it out of this bottle, it would grow to a larger, full-size Chihuahua, same as the sword
Right.
did. But there are also some items that would remain smallish because their original size is smallish. So
Okay.
you see a couple, like a pair of earrings that has some
Ooh.
standard blue crystals in them. You see a small dagger that's like made of only blades. Like instead of a handle and a crossguard, it's got blade. So it's basically just a ninja star, just knives on all sides. There's a bunch of different things like that. Just
Okay.
so many different items that I can't bother describing them all. But they're all in these little contained, different colored tubes.
Right. Okay. I guess let's try with the ninja star, but I'm gonna be a bit more careful about opening this one. I'll pop
Roll a
the top
d4.
of it.
All sides are pointy.
I'll pop the top of it and, like, dump it on the table.
Okay. The table that is currently like leaning up against the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So you knock the table back over. Thump! It kind of creaks, and a splinter falls off of it, and then you tip the thing over. It goes, extends outward. It's maybe about twice this long. Like each blade is this long, all coming from a central point. and you can grab a small handle on the inside.
If I pick it up,
Mhm.
can I put it in the lock on my
It does fit in the
handcuff?
lock. The tip of
Right.
this blade is thin enough to reach inside the mechanism.
Nice. Can I try and like twist it around and unlock these pesky handcuffs?
So this is a like thieves' tools kind of check. However, these aren't exactly the best type of thieves' tools. So
Right.
could I have you roll me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage?
Yes. 19.
That's with disadvantage?
How do I roll it with disadvantage?
Oh,
I just rolled a
disadvantage
19.
is you just roll twice and then you take the
Oh,
lower number.
okay.
But you still have all your additions to it, whichever.
And I take the lower number?
Yes.
Ooh.
11.
Oh. Yeah, unfortunately that's not quite enough. You're
Mhm.
having a little bit of trouble using only one blade. You're able to pull about 3 of the like tumblers up, but then it kind of falls back down. You're just like, dang, I need something else to mess with it too.
Okay. We're going back in the box then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
See what else we can find. Is there... I don't think the earrings would work. Is there any other, like, type of jewelry or, like, hair clip or brooch or...
You reach in, you pull out what looks to be a scarab beetle kind of pin, maybe? You're not sure what it is. You see, is that a slime creature? There's a bunch of different things. You don't see anything that's like a lockpick or what you just described. That's kind of the closest you've got.
Guess I have to chop off my hands.
The brooch thing might work. It's got like a pin. on the
Was
inside of it.
oh, okay, so the scarab beetle was like a
Yeah, it's got like a
brooch thing.
yeah, it's like a jade beetle, and it's got a gem on the center of its back. It's got kind
We'll
of like a
try
hypnotic
it.
sheen.
I'm scared that it's gonna come alive as soon as I let it out. But we'll
It's like
we'll-
that thing from the Cursed Mummy.
we'll try that.
Mhm.
We'll get the scarab beetle out.
You dump it out onto your hand or the table.
At the table.
You dump it
Learn my
onto
lesson.
onto the table. It goes tink 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 and just comes to a stop. Does not come alive.
Nice. Alright. I'll pick it up. We're
Mhm.
gonna, I guess, examine it, open it up,
Mhm.
see the little pin thing, and we're gonna try that instead of the star.
Okay, you're gonna use it only instead of both of them.
Ooh. I don't know if I'll be able to use both of them. I guess she like
That's a good point.
I don't know how she would be able to
Okay.
in her current situation. If she had one hand free, maybe. It depends how far are they from each other, I guess.
You have disadvantage. You can't get double disadvantage. You want to roll again with disadvantage? One way or
Yeah.
another. One way or another. It's
Sleight of
it's
hand
still
again?
hard. It's still hard to do. Yeah, sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Alright.
Does it
Ooh,
have to
that's
make
a
hands without-
27 and no, 11 again.
No.
Oh man. If only I just got the 19 and the 27.
You get 3 of these pins up again. You get a 4th one, and then it falls apart, and you're like, no. You were very close,
Alright.
though.
Very close. You had mentioned that there were potions in there.
Yes, there are a couple of potions, like some, maybe not necessarily potions, but there's some kind of substances in here. One of them appears to be alive, and is like a little gelatinous creature that's trying to like get out of the thing and come towards you.
Is that the slime that you mentioned?
Yes, and then the other ones are just like, one's a very thick, like purplish liquid, and one's more of a like standard sloshy red liquid.
Okay. Man, I wanted the slime for something, but now that I know it's alive, I don't want to use that anymore. I'll open the purple one.
Mhm.
What does it smell like?
Okay, you pop the top off, and get a slight whiff of it. It smells like grapes.
All right, I would like to pour a little bit of it on the back of my hand and see if it burns.
It does not burn. It feels like kinetic sand or something.
Oh, kinetic sand? That's not gonna work. All right, red one. I open it. What's it smell like?
It smells kind of burny, like
Ooh.
acid or something.
I would like to pour that on the table and see what it does. Just a little bit.
As you pour it, one drop, the table like begins to combust kind of. It like is eating away at the table and digging into it, making a hole in
Nice.
the table.
If I pour it on the chains, what happens? Kind of farish down.
As you pour it on the chains, the same kind of thing happens. The chains just immediately like begin melting away and turning to jelly, basically. It smells horrible. You're probably inhaling like toxic fumes or something, but it is freeing you.
Okay. I'll keep on doing that. If there's like a chain between my hands, I guess I'll like
There isn't.
pour
You
it.
just got one on
Okay.
each
No,
hand.
just okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, just doing that on the chains
Mhm.
to get myself free.
Yep, it doesn't take too much effort. You just hold your nose, turn your head away, and your way out of there, and you're free. You've got about 2 chain links on either handcuff, and the manacles themselves are still there, but you now have full mobility of your hands, and you're
Nice.
no longer attached to a table.
And I'm going to be pocketing it if I can.
Sorry, I missed what you said because my internet died. What'd you say?
I would like to go back in the box and grab the chihuahua.
Oh no! Okay. So you're
And I'm pocketing it in like the thing. I'm not letting it out or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fine. So you take the chihuahua, who's still frozen in this little ball, and you put it in a pocket or something.
Yes.
What would you like to do now? At this point, you begin to hear the faint sounds of footsteps echoing
you kidding
down
me?
the hall.
This whole situation, they couldn't come any sooner. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it took, like I was saying, okay,
Yeah.
you're yelling, nothing happens, and then about 10 minutes later, oh wait, you wanted to do something? Okay, so this whole thing has taken about 10 minutes,
Yeah,
and
no, for sure.
now people are arriving, unfortunately.
Finally. All right. Do I see my pack anywhere?
No.
Like in this room or outside?
No, you do not see your
Okay.
items, nor do you see your particular items in the ball thingies.
All right.
They might be in one of the boxes, but it seems like the Grand Magister Karn took a particular interest in your stuff. So he
That's
carried
alright.
your bag out with him as he left.
All right. I'm definitely gonna grab the long sword.
Mhm.
Do I have any sort of thing I can like use as a sheath, even if it's like a belt loop or something? I guess that would be.
You could use a
Like,
belt
just
loop.
cut
yeah.
it. Okay. I might like put it on my belt. Got the chihuahua in my pocket, and I am going to try an escape part 2 because I guess
I really want you to try to weaponize this chihuahua. Just like throw it like a grenade.
but I like the chihuahua.
It takes 12 points
Oh,
of chihuahua
it's
damage. Sorry.
I feel bad for it. Why isn't it a little thing? I'm rescuing it.
Okay.
Wait. What if this chihuahua like grants you a wish when you let him out like a genie?
Yeah, what if it's a special chihuahua?
You could be. You never know
I could
till you
wish
try.
for my freedom.
You could.
Man.
Oh boy. Alrighty, so what would you like to do?
All right. So I'm going to go into the second room, or the hallway.
Mhm.
What's the lay of this hallway? And where do I hear these footsteps coming from?
Footsteps are coming from, like, if you're coming out of your interrogation room, footsteps are coming from the hallway on the right, down, like, about 40 or 50 feet down, and there's a turn to the left. The other direction is completely clear. It goes about 30 feet before there's a turn to the right. And, you don't know where it goes, but there's torches on the walls and doors extending every once in a while. This seems to be kind of more of a prison-ish area, so some of these doors have, like, bars on the windows and are heavy wooden
Mhm.
doors. Yeah, that's pretty much the lay of the land.
All right, I want to stay away from where the footsteps are coming from. So they're coming from the right. So if I go down the hallway and turn left, you said that's currently open?
If you come out of your door and go down the hallway to the left, and then you can turn right.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
We
get out
will
of the line
head
of sight.
down that way very
Okey-dokey.
swiftly.
You encounter a set of stairs very quickly that go up, and then there's a closed door at the top of the stairs.
All right. Can I try the door? I don't imagine it's unlocked, but I mean, my door was unlocked, so
This one
Never know.
is locked, unfortunately.
dang it.
However, you have the mobility of your hands at this point.
Yeah.
Did you bring the ninja star with you, or the splinter, or anything?
I feel like,
I know you brought
I
the
definitely-
longsword.
yeah. Can you carry the ninja star like on you? Like, how does that
It's got a
work?
handle. It's got a handle in the middle, so it's kind of like a ring, and then the 4 blades attached to it. So it's not the most
Okay.
elegant
I
weapon,
don't.
but you can.
I don't
hold
think
it.
I would have brought that.
Okay.
I feel like she would have brought the beetle though, just with the same idea of like maybe lock picking.
Okay.
'Cause
Is
obviously,
that
if
in a
she
pocket
knows she's
or something, or
Yeah.
worn. Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
pocket.
So you take this beetle out again and try to pick the lock, I assume.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Roll me sleight of hand, not with disadvantage this time.
Ooh.
Maybe it should still be with disadvantage because it's not meant for this, but sure, it's fine. With no disadvantage this time.
Well, I got a 16.
Nice. The door has a small click from inside the mechanism, and it opens inwards towards you. Bad design considering it's on a stairwell, but it is
Fair
what
enough.
it is.
All right, so hold on one second. My thing is being slow. All right, so it opens.
Mhm.
All right, I walk through it. Do I like see anyone on the other side or anything?
As you walk out, you seem to be in kind of like one of the main passageways. So there's like a much larger hallway. It extends like 15 feet across from you, and there's doors on the other side as well. There are people walking by, guards and stuff. And this seems to be kind of like in the heart of the magistrate keep that you've been in many times before. You've recognized this hallway. You kind of know where you are at this point. But from behind you down the hall, you hear, "Oh bleep!" and some disgruntled yelling as they find your mess.
All right. So I know where I am now. I don't want to go towards the main doors again. I want to try like finding a back way of any sorts. So where would I want to head to like the closest area to get cover, but still like be on my way to hopefully out?
Gonna be honest, I don't have an entire map of this facility in my head yet.
Okay.
Stu never gave us a map. That's my excuse. We always imagined it.
Mhm. So we've got a
you
hallway.
don't know of any other exits. You've never found a secret like back entrance out. But when in doubt, getting to the roof and jumping off in any direction is always an option.
Roof or window. Okay.
Yeah, you do know where that greenhouse was, or that mysterious moonlight room that was.
Yeah,
obviously
that's
an
what
exit.
that's what I'm
Mhm.
picturing. Like, because
Yeah.
before she went to the front, she saw that. So I'm imagining heading in that general direction.
Okay.
If I go out of this door, though, are people going to like see me and like?
It's a very distinct possibility considering this kind of like a very large hallway, and there are people kind of walking along on both sides. Plenty of guards around.
All right. I will attempt to stealthily like slide out the door and I guess head in any which direction that would keep me to the moonlight
There
area.
are some barrels like immediately to your right, and a couple shadows that you could slip into. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
me stealth. We will see how it
that.
goes. And as Eritrea,
29.
nice. As you begin your epic escape, part 2, let's move on to Dejargo once again.
Hi.
I legitimately forgot where you are. Oh, you're heading back to the Paladin space now, aren't you? Or the Resistance
Yes.
space? Oh, okay, cool.
I change my
Unfortunately, Sake
mind and I
isn't
turn around. I'm kidding.
there. Okay, so, Dejargo, you begin walking back to the Paladin space. You access the Ascension Peak door, like the same kind of big tree door that you can use to trace your path of where you want to go. And as you trace the path, the tree kind of flashes with a yellow light for a second, and then kind of crunches open, sounding like it's damaged or not like functioning properly in some way. And you're trying to like trace to the Paladin's base like you want to, towards the base of the tree, and it just kind of locks up and doesn't seem to accept the correct path that you've chosen, but it opens the door anyway.
Well, this is weird.
Mm-hmm. It just seems like it's malfunctioning in some way, but it does open the
I
door.
step in. I shrug and step in.
Okie dokie. This is not the farthest walk in the world. It doesn't take you that long to get back to the base. And as you approach the base, as you've done many times before, you notice this time there's no door at the end of the tunnel. It just kind of opens up into the hub. As you're stepping forward, you see guards in this hub, and you're back at the base. You look around, and no one seems to be paying you any attention. They're just kind of looking at you. They nod, keep going back to what they were doing, carrying various bits of metal and pieces of machinery, and they seem like more hurried than usual as they're heading off to go do who knows what, whatever Barrick has asked them to do. What would you
So
like to do?
what's the hurry, guys?
Oh, you know, Barrick's asking us to do some crazy bleep again. This time he's got us, like, welding giant robots together. You know him. He just...
Fair enough. So, do you know where I can find the others?
The other what's?
My friends, you know,
Oh yeah, you're like the main important guys who actually do the fighting and stuff, right? Sorry, I should have recognized you. You're the elephant. Anyway, no, I haven't seen them personally. Well, no, I think I saw the furry one, yay high, in the place where I'm going. Actually, would you like to accompany me?
so how's the wife and kids?
I don't have one yet, unfortunately. I can't find any girls down here. But my problems aren't what we're talking about here. How are you doing? He begins to lead you towards a direction.
I just follow him.
Okay.
I don't respond to him.
Gotcha. As you are walking down these halls, you notice something odd that you have not noticed before. As you're passing hallway number 1, hallway number 2, hallway number 3, hallway number 4, as you look to your left, just casually glancing towards that way, you see that the hallway is blocked off with some caution signs, and there is just like bubbling tar-like substance kind of oozing and retracting back into a door down this hall.
So what's down there?
Oh, that's the cosmic bathroom. Yeah, something's going real wrong with that. We need to fix that at some point, but Barrick has other priorities with defeating the magistrate or something. So, that's what I'm doing.
What if we have to use the bathroom?
Well, you gotta use the other one. The one that's actually meant to be a bathroom, instead of a glorified research facility that was, or like a closet or something that was converted into a bathroom by just putting toilets in a place that wasn't designed for toilets.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not calling anyone out, but I'm just saying I had to install those toilets, and it was freaking terrifying.
I'm pretty sure whoever had you install it had the best intentions.
Maybe. I'm beginning to doubt it, but I'll believe whatever I'm told to do at this point. I've run out.
That's the way to
energy.
think.
So it's this way if you want to keep following, unless
Yes, of course.
maybe your friends are in there. I think there is actually one of your friends in there, right? The small one, the child with a tail. Cassiopeia.
Oh. Yeah, actually, last time I saw her, she went in there. Has she come back out yet?
Nope, nobody's come back out of there. That's why we have the caution tape.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll deal with it later.
Sounds good. And he continues leading you on, and eventually you reach the same chasm that I described with Denise a little bit ago. The nice, like, open chasm, almost as big as, like, it's basically like the size of a blue whale, like just giant capacity. Stalagmites from the ceiling, large grassy floor, and some trees growing. It's like a nice little haven of nature with its own little ecosystem going on down here. And even though it's October in the above world, this room has like little blossoms on the trees, and they're kind of falling off like snow onto the ground. And as you turn to your left, you see Drogos and Saphira and Kite. Oh yeah, I guess Kite was coming here too. So you guys arrive at basically the same time. We finally got two people together.
Oh, time to do it!
So Kite, you're there too now. I think you just muted yourself instead of unmuting yourself. I'm not sure.
He said he would be back in 20 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. Never mind. Kite suddenly has to go to the cosmic bathroom.
No.
I'm kidding. Okay. But you do walk in, and you see Kite and Saphira walking in as... Well, you know what? Let's just say they don't walk in yet, so that you can talk to Drogos first, purely because Kite's not back yet.
Okay. Do I recognize who he is?
Well, not so much, considering you turn to your left, there's no one else here, but kneeling beside the statue that you've made of Malthius, the grave that you guys have made for Malthius, you see a very large draconic figure with a big, like, greenish metal jetpack strapped to his back, and he's kneeling there, kind of hunched over. You can tell he's big, but you can't tell just how big because of, like, his posture, and he's just kind of has his head drooped, and he's kind of like breathing heavily, possibly growling, but not speaking or sobbing.
I just quietly walk up next to him, and I say, "Pretty nice statue I made of him, haven't I?"
You made this?
Yes, in honor of my friend.
He never told me he had friends.
May I ask who you are?
I am his father.
Ah, the legendary Dragos. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Dejargo.
Are you offering a hand?
No, I'm just standing next to him, not making eye contact, looking at my statue.
Pleasure. Who are you?
I just said I'm Dejargo.
Oh, sorry. I'm brain dead. Oh wait, I just realized that it's past time when I said it would end.
But we
Oops.
gotta reunite.
Yeah. So,
Turn.
we're gonna have to warp time a little bit, but it's fine. So, yeah, we
Denise
can
is
get
back.
it.
Kite is back.
Yay! Welcome back.
Hi.
Okay, let's
Welcome
just
back.
you'll come in just a second. So
Oh, okay.
he said, okay. Help! My brain is actually overloaded. I'm like dying.
They-
I don't think Drago said
So
that.
were you a friend of his then?
Oh yes, we fought side by side. It was a great time, you know. I even babysat his kids. He loved it.
He has
Uh-oh.
kids.
Uh-oh.
Uh, oh, you didn't know you were a grandpa? I look at him this time.
I didn't realize I was that old. Malthus didn't tell me much about his life. He kind of didn't see eye to eye with me.
That's a shame.
Yes.
If I had a father, I'd try to keep in contact with him, even if I didn't see eye to eye.
Maybe I wasn't a very good father then.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a father myself.
Maybe it's better that way. No parent should have to bury their child.
I suppose.
There's not a word for someone who's lost their child. A child who loses their parents is an orphan. Someone who loses their spouse is a widow. But someone who outlives their child, there's no way to express that pain. But we must carry on, each of us doing our own. And at this point, Kite and Saphira enter the room.
Am I supposed to do something now?
If you want to. So you guys come up behind Dejargo and Drogos, and last you knew, Dejargo said he was ditching you and never coming back. So this is a bit of an odd, unexpected reunion, and of course having Drogos here is also unexpected.
Where is Desjargo compared to me when I walk into the room?
Where's Dejargo? They're both off to the left, at Malthus's grave.
Alright, am I
And
able to walk
you know
up
what?
to him?
What the heck? Sake also comes to the Paladins base at the same time.
Oh
And,
my gosh, he's forcing it now.
He arrives at the same general time, and Sake, you see Kite and Saphira walk by as you're arriving back at base. Oh, I know them. They're walking towards the left. Do you want to follow them to that same room?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. 3 out of 4. Almost there.
And then Eritrea walks in.
After she stealthed with a 29 stealth all the way back to base.
Hey guys!
What's poppin'?
I was dead, but now I'm back.
Heck yeah. So Sake, what did you want to do?
I'll follow them. I just
Okay.
said like we still think she's dead, so I don't.
Yes. Yeah. So
Anyway,
you also walk in and you see the same kind of thing. You peek around and see Saphira, Drogos, Kite, and Dejargo all in this large clearing with nice nature stuff going on. But some horrible like welding noises going on and like bright lights in the far side of the cave.
I'm in a cave.
Yes.
Yeah, did you not hear
The
about
magistrate or the
caves?
resistance base
Oh,
is underneath.
okay. So yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's in the caves and mine shafts or whatever.
They're so close, but you want me to go somewhere else?
No, this is where they are. They're in this cave.
Oh, where
This is-
the
They're in this chamber. This is a cave, but it's got like nature stuff.
oh,
Like the Caves and Cliffs
it's-
update. I keep
Yeah,
making
exactly.
Minecraft references. I'm really not trying to, okay?
because I kind of feel like estranged from them still a little bit. I'm gonna like just slowly walk up behind them and not really say anything, just be there.
Alright.
Can I also say I assume me and Saphira walk up towards them once we enter the room, right?
Yeah.
Can I just go up to like kind of to Dejargo's side and just punch him in like the side to sort of say like, "Why'd you leave like that?" You know, without saying a thing to him, out of nowhere.
Drogo's just kind of watches a little furry creature go underneath his arm and punch Dejargo. He's just like, all right.
Dejargo just pats. I can never remember your guy's name. Kite.
There.
Just pats Kite on the head. I had to figure something out.
Sure. You just want to take a vacation. Just say it.
Honestly, I want a vacation from all this.
Don't
But
we?
Genos brought me back, told me that
Everyone
to
was
come-
dead and got back to life. Sorry.
told me I had to come here and help you all. If it wasn't for him, I'd still be on vacation. Though the last thing I remember was a small island I was resting on. I don't remember anything between then and now.
I guess Genos just wanted you to move your butt faster.
Since I'm the only one that can move my butt faster, all of his followers are dead.
I just go silent. No, not sure what to say with that one.
I turned to Saphira. Hello, Saphira. How has it been?
Hello, Dejargo. It's been better, honestly.
How's the
You can,
kids?
you can see that she's still got like tear tracks on her face. She's doesn't look like she's been happy lately. How's the kids? You said.
Yeah.
She goes, well, I pray they're still safe at Trinity Hills with my parents.
Do I know that they moved the kids?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you do.
Okay.
They've been moved there for safety, but now she doesn't know if she can go back to them without infecting them with evil.
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 And do I know about that evil touch?
You mean the like possession of the darkness?
The scratch on her that she's worried about.
Yeah, I
Did
mean
I
you can
see
see
that?
that she's got you were there when the stabbing
Okay.
happened, so you're aware.
Would you mind if I take a look at your wound? I do have healing training.
Sure, why not? But another time.
Of course, your father-in-law is here. I
And
point to Dragos.
at this, Drogo's kind of turns around and he's just like, I know you, right?
Oh,
Hell,
Yikes.
yes. We met once. It was a long time ago. I'm sorry we haven't stayed in touch that much. I figured it was time to, or I was good to let you know with the bird. Yes, I got the bird. It I almost thought it was a trick at first, but guess it wasn't. Yeah. So they're kind of making sad chit chat over there.
so depressing.
She kind of walks up next to him and kneels beside him, same as he is, and they
Do
they
I
don't say
spot
anything.
soft?
He just kind of puts an arm around her, and she's like, "Oh, okay, this is happening."
Do I spot Sake?
Yes, you all see each other at this point.
Okay, well, I'll give her room to be with her father-in-law, and I go up to Sake. How you been doing, old drunk?
I'm kind of like out of it because I'm just taking everything that just happened all in, and just be like, oh, hey, DiGiorno, where? I thought you were on vacation.
I was until you know what? We should probably give these guys some room. Want to go somewhere like your favorite tavern or something?
I ain't opposed to that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lead the way. I don't know the way to the tavern. Never been there. Honestly, with Genos gone again and all of my brothers and sisters dead all over again, I think it's happened before. I can't remember anymore. But my mind's all foggy lately. I don't think Genos is going to be upset with me drinking a bit.
All right, let's go fog your mind up even more.
All right, sounds fun.
Is Kite there agreeing with
I'm
this?
gonna join them.
Kite's
I
like, oh
joined
yeah,
that.
I've been practicing my potion making. I can make a real good alcohol.
Exactly.
Alrighty, and
Well,
with
let's
that,
test this out.
My mixology is at like perfection right now.
so as you guys begin heading towards the Crystal Tavern, let's move back to Eritrea, who is currently hiding behind some barrels and stealthing her way through the Magistrate Fortress for about the 11th time? I'm not sure at this point.
Who knows?
Cue
We're
double
very
007.
tired of the number of times this has
Oh, no.
happened, so dun dun da 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 dun dun.
Alright.
da, da.
So one thing, do I still have like
Oh,
on my
wait, so-
character? I typically have like a cape thing. Am I still wearing that?
Yes, you actually are still wearing your makeshift disguise kind of thing. So it's like a
Oh,
red.
What I
hood.
right. I forgot about that.
Oh,
I got the music. Hold on, I got music.
oh no!
Oh, good.
I can't. I
Alright,
can't
cool.
play it. I'm gonna get DMCA'd, aren't I?
No.
Make sure-
It's
It's
no
copyright free. Okay, sure.
Sneaky snitch. Sneaky snitch.
Oh yes,
Alright.
perfect.
Nice.
There we go.
Beautiful. Oops.
Alright, so I'm going to, I guess, like untie something that I have on me if possible, like a cape of some sort,
Mhm.
and I'd like to put it over my arms so the chains aren't readily seeable. What is the word? I
Visible?
don't know.
Aren't readily apparent.
Visible, yeah. Wow. So we're gonna start with that. I mean, the big sword on my belt suggests other things, but whatever. So I
Ironically,
wanna-
the sword makes you look more like a guard, I guess.
Yeah.
Although it is
yeah,
a bit of a non-standard sword,
Yeah.
like
Whatever.
glowing slightly with moonlight.
So I'll put that over my arms, and then I know you don't know exactly like how this hallway is. What time of day is it? Is it still night or is it day by now?
Given the number of hours that have passed and you've been conscious for most of it, you'd say it's probably maybe 4 or 5 a.m. So it's still the dead of night.
Okay. Do I see that moonlight shining from anywhere?
The only moonlight you see currently is coming from your sword. The hallway that you're in doesn't have. It's like a main hallway in the center of the whole building. So there's not really any access points to the open air unless you go through like big doors and go out to the main entrance or something.
Right.
But you
Is
do
there
know the
any,
way
like-
to that other moonlight area that I mentioned previously. If
Okay.
you want to go there, you know the way.
I guess, yeah, we're just trying to stealthily blend in and get to that area, I suppose.
Okay. Could I have you roll me perception, stealth, and yeah, just those two right now.
Gosh.
Perception and... Alright, perception, 4. Stealth... Stealth, 25.
You're a one-trick pony. All right, it works. So you continue making your way through these hallways. Every time there's a guard, you just like blend into the shadows, or you just, act just like a guard and from a distance no one seems to pay you any mind. Even as you kind of step out into the hall, casually walk for a few steps, and then go off into another hallway, no one seems to question you as you're going. You make it to the secret passage with the closet. Technically, you were not there when it came time to open this secret passage, but luckily for you, it's open, and there are still people kind of walking in and out, some of them like carrying bricks, and some of them kind of like waving their hands, casting some kind of magical spell to try to like, you can see like little flecks of orangish light descending upon the ground and kind of casting, or like raising up from the ground once again into shimmery kind of replicas of the people or the shapes that were there in the past. So it's kind of like trying to get an idea of what happened here, reconstructing the crime scene or something with magic. And you're seeing these kinds of workers going by as you're approaching. What would you like to do? Basically, there's a lot of people in this area.
Yeah. But a lot of people also means more cover, less, you know, obvious. So we're just heading towards where I saw the moonlight. Still on our way.
Could I have you roll me a charisma check? No, like not, yeah, deception if you wanna have that addition.
Do it. So roll both.
Just roll roll a deception check.
Okay. 25.
Nice.
And what is? It looks like a B on the dice. Is that? I think I rolled a 20 question mark. And then
yeah, it was probably a nat 20 plus 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nat 20 plus 5.
So as you're approaching this secret high tech, or like this super secret, heavily no one is allowed here zone where many people are kind of walking around and doing high tech magic things, you just kind of walk up and pretend like you're supposed to be there as you walk right through the room and onto where the light was coming through, and you enter a greenhouse. Nobody questions it. No one bats an eye.
I'm getting out of here, boys.
Yep, you now see the moonlight above you and starlight, and the plants around you. Some of them are glowing with faint like whitish light, reflecting the moonlight, and there are different kinds of like magical potion ingredient plants around. But there are windows surrounding basically this entire wing of the room.
Okay. Are they openable?
They are.
Windows?
Many of them are openable, yes, and to add to the brilliance of it, there's also like heavy foliage just obscuring a lot of the areas, so some of the leaves are pressed right up against the windows.
Alright, I guess we're going to go for a window. Whatever one looks like the best that I can get out of and not be obvious.
Okie dokie. So, if you look out the window, these windows haven't been cleaned in a while, they're a little grimy, but as you look out the window, you see that you're currently like right above the outer wall and a large moat down below. So, you can probably scale this wall or something.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There are a couple guards like patrolling the wall every once in a while, but there's a good 10 or 20 seconds between each patrol that you could
Yeah,
use
we'll definitely try and time it well.
Okie doke. So yeah, you open the window without too much trouble. What would you like to do?
We're crawling out of it. As long as like the guards aren't right there.
Yeah.
I would wait a few seconds if they just passed and time it decently.
Okay. I need you to roll me a dexterity check to like climb onto this wall and start going down. Because it is not the easiest type of wall to just grab onto with your bare hands. If you'd like to use a tool or something, you can. I don't know what you have available.
Yeah, with my hands still having the chains on them, I don't think I have anything. Because I have the sword, I have my dog, and I have, I guess, whatever's covering my hands, so.
I can't believe I gave you a dog.
I rolled a 17 though.
Nice. Yeah. You climb out the window and you're able to dig your fingers just barely into the cracks of these stones and begin crawling your way down. you make it down without too much trouble onto the outer wall of the magistrate hold, and it is about 23 feet tall. 23 feet.
Okay.
Sorry, not 23.
And there's a moat below it.
Yes, there's a moat of water, so it's not
Okay.
like lava or anything.
From my knowledge, is there any creatures in this moat?
You don't know, but I don't know.
How far of a swim is it? Like, if I go to the other
Yeah.
side of this moat, will I be able to
Fine.
like climb up as well?
Yeah, it's like a small. It's just a classic moat, just
All right.
not
That's
very
just-
far. It's about 20 feet wide, maybe 10 feet
Mhm.
deep or something.
And before a shark.
I guess we're going swimming.
Okay. I will point out there is a noise. There's a noise issue to be
Had.
possibly, yes. A large splash in the middle of the night could draw some attention.
Trying to think if there's. This would be a perfect time to throw my chihuahua. No, I want my chihuahua. The only other
That
thing I
would
have
be
is
a
the
really
beagle.
good distraction, though. Like,
don't know
have
if
you
it's gonna
heard a
play
chihuahua yipping? It's so
Yeah.
loud.
Oh, I was thinking so much worse. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d4 to see if she keeps or discards of the chihuahua in this instance. Even she keeps, odd she uses it to her
You
advantage.
can just decide
here.
if you want to. It's up to you.
I know, but I don't know. Even she keeps. Okay, she rolled a 2. She's keeping the chihuahua.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just. I'm trying to think of the best way to go about this.
You
Alright,
could
I
climb down
did.
the wall. You don't have to jump.
Yeah, no, Mm-mm. I guess we'll try and like lower ourselves or lower myself as much into it as I can, and like if I do jump, I'll try and do it like kind of like a straight down, so it's not too big of a splash.
Okay. Could I have
Uh,
you roll me another dexterity check and another stealth check?
Dexterity.
Because the guards are walking back by again above you as you're trying to get down this outer wall now.
Both 19? Yeah, both 19.
Nice. Okay. You make it down the rest of this outer wall fairly easily, despite the difficult handholds. And with that, you are now standing. You have a moat in front of you, but that's all that stands between you and freedom,
Okay.
from what you can tell.
So I'm on like a little bit of an edge here then?
Yeah, there's like a 2-foot grassy outcropping right before
Okay.
It's on the edge.
Is there any
Oh,
type
really?
of bridge situation, or would that only be like the main gate?
There is one rear gate and there is one main gate. So there's kind of 2 drawbridges that go across, but they're heavily guarded for obvious reasons.
We'll stay here for now. I'm gonna wait to go into the water until the guards pass overhead again, if I can hear them.
Okay.
And then I'll go in and start swimming across,
Okay. Yeah, you wait.
being as
and
quiet
they-
as I can when I come back.
Yeah, they pass by once again, and given that it's only 10 feet deep, you could just kind of like tread water and push yourself across pretty quietly. The sword might make it a little more difficult, but you could easily just kind of throw that across first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
So roll me one last stealth check. It's not a hard check because you can easily kind of swim across in the night. And before she crit
11.
fails. Yeah, that's fine. That's enough. You make it across the water like an alligator silently swimming through the night, and you make it to the other side of the embankment, climb out of the water, dripping wet. You are now about 20 feet away from a dense forest where you built a treehouse once in a previous rewind of time.
Nice.
You've escaped the magistrate hold.
We did it.
And now we just need an explanation as to why you were gone for 2 weeks or however long it was.
Yep. Oh boy.
Did you stay in touch with Grand Magister Karn? Pen pals or something? Because believe it or not, he did intend to come back and talk more. EJ just got stressed out.
Mhm.
Oh well.
Ripped the friendship.
It's fine. I'm sure you'll talk to him again someday.
Probably.
So what did you do for the past 2 weeks, Eritrea? Or did you want to come back to the base and then we could just like hand wave it? You could say you've got a really good business opportunity. Maybe you camped out in your treehouse for a while for old time's sake.
I was thinking that, we're gonna get a bond with our new companion, the pupper.
Oh no.
I feel like something that she's gonna want to do also, being like a rogue, she just lost all of her stuff. So she needs to like kind of stockpile some tools like rope and just like even basic things.
Yeah.
Maybe
if you'd like,
do
you can say that you spent
stealing.
if you spend a couple days either stealing stuff or finding work around town, getting
Yeah.
a couple things, and replenishing your regular default rogue stock,
Yeah.
I guess.
Some daggers.
You don't have Genesis Light, obviously, or the other
Yeah,
magical
a bow.
items. However, you do get back your basic rogue supplies.
Yeah.
In addition,
I have
you
my
have your
freedom.
you also have the longsword, the chihuahua, and the
Mhm.
brooch. I think that's all you took with you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I can give you stats for those later if you need.
Okay.
But yeah, you are good to go, and 2 weeks later, you make it back to the Paladins base at the same time as everyone else is heading to the Crystal Tavern. Do you enter... Do you go back through Fred and Barry's house? The random couple who has a secret passage in their basement?
Absolutely.
Okay, as you go to their house, you see that there's a padlock on their door now. Would you like to knock? Or
There's
just
a
sneak in?
I have the brooch.
You're gonna use that
So
as your
we're gonna
thieves'
try
tools?
it and unlock it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess I probably have thieves' tools
You
now.
do
to
have
be fair.
regular thieves' tools if you want to
Yeah.
do that.
Okay. We'll do that. I'll probably have more luck than
Okay.
with
It's the dead of night again, I assume. So I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Eventually, you're gonna pick this lock and sneak into this elderly couple's house. You open the door, close it behind you, relock it, and head down to their cellar, where the secret passage is. Once again, similar to Dejargo, as you try to run your finger down the tree to choose where you're going, it kind of has a weird glow to it and doesn't seem to act normally, and it just kind of opens without the destination being chose properly, but it does successfully work, maybe, and it opens the door. And as you head back to the Paladin's base, it takes you about 3 hours, I think, to make it down to the passage, and you make it to the central hub, right as Kite and Dejargo and Sake are all walking right across the central hub, right into your vision, and the door is in a pile of rubble at your feet. But you see your friends walking by across in front of you. What do you do?
I'm gonna step up on the rubble and be like, "Hey, did you miss me?"
And that is probably a good place to end it for the night.
That is.
That's
Kayla's still
great.
on the show over here.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for the session. That was great. And
Yeah.
thank you for watching, viewers who may or may not exist. That's all I had. Anyone want to chat, hang out? Paladins?
I have to get going now.
That's fine, understandable. Thank you so much. That was really fun. And I'm glad we got the party back together again so we can
Yeah.
do things.
Woo.
Now
I've
I
had
have
time to,
I have
the
to
other
talk
way.
less. Now you guys can talk to each other and I could just, make things happen.
Be socially awkward. I love it.
Yeah. I'm really glad things worked out the way they did, though. That was great. I'm
glad I finally got out of there.
Yeah. What is your chihuahua's name, by the way?
I don't know yet. I'll have an answer next week.
Okay, sounds
When-
good.
Name him Billy.
No,
Billy.
It's her chihuahua.
Eritrea is based off of a character from the Shannara Chronicles, so I'll probably base the dog off of
Season
somewhere.
2?
I was wondering
Season
where that
one?
one came from.
Which season?
I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I watched it. I think she was in season 1. I can't remember. She's the like, not the main girl, but like the second girl.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
Shinara Chronicles.
By the way,
Okay, catch y'all later.
see, wait, hold on. Ray, just so you know, that storm cloud of red lightning or stuff that you saw, that was caused by Sake, but I had to do some like time fast forwarding kind of things to get you all to get there so we could like reconvene the party in a timely manner. Just so ignore the fact that time we kind of fast forwarded or whatever, but yeah, everyone was in a different time in a different place, so I had to do some hand waving. But it's fine.
Fair enough.
Cause and effect
Fair
have
enough.
no meaning here.
Did
Sorry,
we see the
droids are
hand
looking
waving as well in the clouds?
Possibly, yes. Giant skeletal hand in the clouds. What'd you think of that, Sake, by the way? I mean, Sherman.
Now we have
probably
two
gonna
great
regret that
evils.
later.
Yeah, things are kind of a problem, but I mean, at least, well, you don't know that yet. Never mind. We'll get there.
Oh, we'll have spoiled.
Spoilers indeed.
Okay. Catch you later.
See you, Ray.
Bye.
And,
Bye.
everyone else, I
Too,
guess.
think.
I'm gonna end the stream at least. We can keep talking if you want, though.
I'm going
Bye, stream.
to stop.
God bless. Have a
Bye,
good
After
stream.
dinner,